Um, what worked tonight, and especially what worked offensively?
A lot of things worked tonight. We we started off with great focus, and it was carryover from the session yesterday where guys came in super locked, like I said before the game, locked in with great energy, and it was great to see the carryover from the first moment on. And because of that, we were very well organized offensively. Our spacing that had been chaotic in some of the previous games was very sharp. There seemed to be gaps everywhere. And after that, we got the ball to the guys in the right spots, and they found, especially Ja, found the right decision time and time again. I think he had 11 assists already at halftime, or 10 assists at halftime, like just making uh, for him basic plays. For other people, not so much, but a great performance. And then other guys knocking down shots, great defensive sequences with multiple efforts that guys were also moving in sync. So it was great to see that team performance after a tough week for us.
There was also a moment in the second half where Jaren came off the court and hugged you, and it felt like maybe it was a little bit of an aha moment for him. Just do you remember that, and what is it like to sort of see the players when they are grasping it and it feels like things are going well? How does that sort of shift the energy?
I remember that moment well because my shirt is still sweaty, not my sweat. But yeah, no, Jaren said something in the moment that we both laughed about, something that we've talked about, like about it clicking and how everybody needs to be on the same page, and he's been great throughout this whole process. It's like he puts a lot of pressure on himself to perform, and that's a great quality, and that's leadership 101 right there. Always thinking about what he can do better, and that pushes everybody else around them to do better. And basketball is a pretty fun sport when everybody's competing together and you have success doing that. And hopefully this is something for us to build on, because for the first 3 quarters, I think we saw next to the Indiana game our best basketball this season. It came with a very complete team performance.
When you got these wings, Jalen Wells, Katavious Caldwell Pope, when they're knocking down shots, what do you think that does for you as a team, other than just having them, knock down those shots? What does that do for you on the offensive end?
It's a game changer. Obviously, we have Jaren and Ja are both players that thrive when they have a little bit of space in that shooting threat that both of those guys provide. And obviously, Cedric and Cam also on the wings. Jitty's been shooting the ball really well. Santi, those guys opening up the floor just makes it so much harder for the opponent to make decisions, because when we are starting with the right spacing, uh, playing with good execution, and finding the open guy, it's like the defense is always wrong, and it's just up to us to find out how they're wrong. And those two guys, huge contributions today, and we also, like, with them, they also, a lot of times they're taking care of the best scorers or playmakers in the other team. So the two-way impact there is huge.
Okay. Coach, regardless of the outcome of recent games, the bench has been pretty consistent since the beginning of the season. When you get another 50-point effort coming off your bench, it's not just about the points, but just in terms of the boost that you're getting from guys coming off that bench night in and night out.
Um, it's funny because, like, I know it's a big thing. Like, I played a long, long time ago at a very low level, but I did play, and starting was always like super important for some reason. But it's like we have 15, 18 guys in our team, and that's the team. And whoever starts, whoever comes off the bench, like the same thing is expected. And like in my mind, there doesn't exist this category of a starter and a bench guy. But I'm very proud of those guys, how they're performing and how they're giving us a spark. It wasn't just today. that the guys off the bench have given us a spark very early in the first quarter, or brought us back into game, whether it was the Laker game or other games in the third or fourth quarter. And that's what we need going forward. Everybody just giving their best possible performance, and in the end, it's a team, wins or loses. We all do it together, and everybody has a part to play in that.
First NBA Cup win tonight. I know there's a lot of influence on European leagues at different sports when it comes to the NBA Cup. How do you like the concept so far? Is there anything, just based off your experiences, that you wish that could be implemented into it?
I try to stay within my areas of expertise, and building cup formats is not one of those. So I'll just comment on the current one, which I do think gives a lot of excitement in season. It's you got to remind yourself also there's the point differential, so you got to play all the way, and you got to try to get that win. And the possibility, I'm not sure if it's yet sunk in with a lot of with maybe everybody who's following the game, but I've been a part of Leaders Cup Championship back in Paris, and that feeling in mid-season, you can build a lot of momentum by having a good cup performance, and that's something that can really strengthen the chemistry, and you can find going through tough stretches, you can find something, okay, let's rally around this. So I actually like the concept a lot.